Okay, so the parts in the computer are, first off, the motherboard. The motherboard is what controls everything in the computer. It controls the storage, and it controls where the power is put. The CPU is the central processing unit, and it gives the processing power to the computer. The CPU fan is what cools down the CPU, because if it gets overheated, then it will stop working. The RAM stick is called random access memory. It allows the computer to do things in the current moment, because it's not like a hard drive where it keeps the memory. It forgets the memory almost instantly as soon as you power the computer off. The power supply is what gives power to everything in the computer to make sure everything works. And the Wi-Fi module is for if your motherboard doesn't come with it, and it allows you to connect to the internet if you don't have an Ethernet cable.
Okay, software. For the software, we installed an operating system and downloaded Windows, and then one more different browser of your choice.
Mr. Dalton gave us a scenario where you had to build a computer for a customer, and you were given $2,500 in a budget, and you had to get parts that he wanted for like a computer that would be good for gaming, like 2 monitors and stuff like that.
To accomplish that, we wanted a good processor that was good at processing things. Got a really good graphics card, a pretty good amount of storage and RAM, so it can hold these games pretty well. And the point of this was to help us know in instances what computer parts to choose in different areas.
So one of the essays, Aiden, helped us learn about networking. And so we learned about how IP addresses help connect different computers around the world. And they're basically like home addresses, where they used to be in binary, now like they're in hexadecimal. And those are base 2, which is binary, which is the bi in binary, and then hexadecimal is base 16.
And the base 16 system was invented so that there would be more numbers for IP addresses and the base thing in computers.
Cisco Packet Tracer is a program that allows you to simulate a network using routers, PCs, and other just things that can connect to the internet to simulate just a network and how they connect to each other with information.
It can also allow students and instructors to experiment and create modern networks.
We use HTML and CSS to create a portfolio on a web page that is all of our information we learned from programming in one spot. And we use CSS to style this and make it look neat.
We used a software called Processing, which uses the Java language to create a tic-tac-toe game.
We use variables and math to determine the positions that the X's and O's will be placed when you clicked. And since we can control how many pixels are on the screen, we can use the knowledge of how many pixels are on the screen to create a clean and perfectly centered game board.
Build our own website using HTML. This language is based this language is used for building websites, and it uses tags such as H1, which is used for headers. And to stylize our web page, we use CSS, which can make backgrounds colored and align text.
CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it's how you decorate and format an HTML web page. CSS is used within HTML using the style tag to specify what element to modify on the page.